Inferno to kick things off here between two strong squads in Atk and TeamOne. We're in the top 4 of this season of Challenger League, but only one team will be able to move on for more, and that chance at the ESL Pro League conference spot. As we discussed before, a lot of potential who actually gets that at the end of this season. Swisher just flying down mid takes 2. But his teammates at top Nana can't follow that up. Fady wants to chase, but now Fady's backed into a corner, and this is falling apart. They tried to take the initiative, and well, they found the business end of TRK's Glock.
Wow, that was a very fast round. All of the action happening towards mid, and Atk just trying to get off to an aggressive, fast start on their CT side, but TeamOne had the answer pretty much at every turn, and nothing doing for Atk. Likely going to be a full-on save here. They don't appear to want to commit to the force buy, and can't really blame them. They'll have a proper buy up in the next round, and there we go. So another round that should go TeamOne's way here, Mike. Speaking more about TeamOne, in terms of the playoffs, the top performer is the player you would expect, who tends to come out in the playoffs and perform really well. It's Malbs. 155 frags to lead the charge, 22.1 frags per round on average, and a 1.23 KDR, but it's TRK this time who's going to get missed him.
Bit of a cheeky one to run the same strat. Just trying to have some fun with these pistols, I guess. Not a lot of chance for impact with the USPs. Real trick's just to not die to a MAC-10 if you can help it. Alright, there we go. One bottom mid. Chipping away at a swish. A little bit of shenanigans going on, it seems. Here's a peek from Fady. It seems to just be a round calculated around spending as much time as possible not having an interesting round. Swisher gets 1 kill. Bomb will presumably eventually make its way over towards B, based on the fact that no one is there. Double push out all mid. Okay, DJ, second kill. You know what? Things are getting somewhat interesting here. And take it back. Atk right to drag out the clock, it seems. Malbs getting shot in the toes. He ain't got no toes anymore. But he should be fine now.
Yeah. He's going to get chipped away in the toes, but no, he's good. He picked up the AK, got the headshot on Swisher's. Going to try and surprise him, but, well, Pace is watching here, so fine. And it is 2-0 for TeamOne, but a couple of frags here, and Pesa maybe letting out a little frustration that they were able to even take out 2 players with the USP, or probably just some BM. Either way, TeamOne building off that pistol round victory. The thing is, now they will face off against some rifles for Atk who were on the full-on save, $0 invested into that previous round. Now, speaking of Atk and the playoff performer that's come out and been quite good, it's Swisher. 174 frags plus 27 kill death differential and a 90.5 ADR, the highest of any player in the server coming into this match.
He hasn't swished. Hasn't swished up at all. It's the old Swisher. One we know and love. Fragger, who's burning in this one and wanting to challenge the Molotov. Ambitious, to say the least. Mistim's able to get away, but still, that trade, especially with the follow-up damage onto Mistim, pretty dang favorable here for TeamOne. They're quite happy with that in the first 30 seconds of the round. Maybe Malbs isn't. Got to take a back seat now, but everybody else should be pretty pleased.
I mean, the 2 players I highlighted are both dead first, so...
High risk, high reward, you know?
Yeah. Long term, they're going to definitely be performing well here. TRK is going to try and come out of Boiler. Taps a few shots away. I would argue that it's not the greatest situations for TeamOne because Maluk's been tagged down to 68, which means he's an insta headshot with any M4. We'll see. 3 players. Coming down our side. Ooh.
There's the peek in. Fady dumpstered. Yeah, now you've got full control. It's just the player in pit you got to worry about. Bowden, to be fair, tough customer here in this pit, but they've already crossed his space. Collects 1, makes this retake a lot more viable. I think they're going to expect Pace-Off so committed in, but Bowden, meanwhile, is just doing work. He's going to demand attention, going to demand focus. And he's got a pretty isolated fight here. Pace is not helping out TRK at all, and now they know. And there we go. Okay. Yep. Massive work from Bowden Master. He got left on an island, TeamOne, thinking they'd be able to contend with him with the 2 on site, and they were so very wrong.
Yeah, I mean, that was just a nice shot from Maluk, to say the least, when he was coming around Arch side towards Moto. But Bowden stood on his head and pit, got one, then swung around for that critical second onto the site player, which really made life difficult for Team One because they had two players trying to get back in, one from Arch and one over from lane. So, good job by ATK. They finally cracked the scoreboard. I say finally, it's only the third round, so they do crack the scoreboard. Getting that one. And Team One are going to force up here. You can kind of understand it. The economy is a little bit weird, so just get whatever you can. It's going to be a Galil, an AK, two Deagles, and the big green in Maluk's hands. He's going to go for that early peek, and wow, he gets naded, but not as much damage as it would have been had he been standing still. Look at all these nades sailing on through, though.
Yeah, good utility usage here. Advantage for ATK, there's just not really the counter nades. That was the one HE available for Team One. And yeah, that Malta means they're going to be rebuffed from Banana. They can't really exert any control or influence. So they'll attempt to do a little poke in towards brackets instead. Bit of a cheeky spot for DJ, but he's being left relatively alone. Utility needs to come back around here. DJ could be in a tough spot. Ooh, dunk grenade in towards mid. That's a good hold from Fady, but the answer is there, and losing Bowden means this one stings. DJ has to back away. He knows that. IDK's already out the belt. This is a role reversal now. DJ staying on top, and with a bomb going to be planted, this is a great situation for Team One. Yes, Mobs is low, but so is DJ, so fair play there. It's all about this retake. Doesn't find Mobs. What they would have been hoping for. They've got a lot of utility to sail in towards the site. The mollies in particular will be potent. Mobs burning. It's not going to spread. Maluk hits the first, and Mobs is actually safe tucked in the corner. Maluk's done his work. He's done his. Niston will have to try and challenge here. There is a smoke. He could just go for the defuse, but he opts to back away and save.
Yeah, given the economy and the situation right now for ATK, probably best to save. But wow, what a turnaround. Instantaneously, Mobs and Maluk find two frags after it was technically a two-man advantage for ATK. What a play. And they charge on forward. Nothing ATK can really do. They have to back off. As you mentioned, DJ's kind of isolated, so he can't take that fight right away until reinforcements come. And in the end, they were too scattered to really do much of anything. Surprised to see the retake at all, really, given the situation, but they decided to give it a shot. And I mean, even if once that first frag happens in the 3v3, DJ wants to retreat, it's hard because he's already exposed himself. So he at least has to take a shot, maybe get a frag, and then escape, and he just can't do that. So Missim's the only one to walk out of the round. Will at least have that AK by his side. Team One not doing too shabbily here on Inferno. I know we already talked about Team One's Inferno stats, but as mentioned, ATK is not too shabby either. 18 times they've played it over the last 3 months. 12 wins, 6 losses, and a plus 37 round differential. About half of the round differential that Team One has. But Mistim's going to get that opening frag with the AK. Pace has dropped. That's an awesome start. There's a gun on the ground, potentially for ATK to pick up, but obviously Team One is going to be guarding that. They know that ATK are very limited in terms of economy.
Probably going to get tossed over the side there, you'd imagine.
More than likely.
Don't know if anyone's taking the time to do so. Oh, no, it's still down.
No? I think IDK was going to take it there.
Oh, nice entry in. Missed him's one gun gone, and suddenly the round's over. So, nice effort, missed him. Good kill first, but ultimately not going to change the course of this round. I'm
kind of surprised they didn't bunch around Mistim after that opening frag, right? He just got pistols. Just stay with.
Always the philosophy, right? You're hoping that the rifle having guarding one kill is going to funnel them back the other way. You go for the pistol stack on the other side.
Of course.
Everything's a gamble.
Of course. Yeah. I just think that getting an opening frag maybe leans someone over, a couple of players over, so that if the AK gets dropped, someone else can pick it up and try to continue fighting. But yeah, I agree with you. There's all sorts of different philosophies about how to approach that. And in that case, ATK was thinking that if the site gets hit on the A site got hit, the pistols were there. Anyway, round's not going to go their way at all. 4-1 for Team One. And ATK, well, this is the one that they're hoping will go a little bit better with the full-on buy being restored. Even so, the position for Mistim being out in the open like that, a little odd, but okay.
Feeling like the bold off-angle maneuver. Risky, sometimes rewarded, sometimes not so much. That time, definitely not so much. They got the rifles, though. No op-out just yet. One day, Bowden Masters. Soulmate will come home. His love. The scope. DJ. 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 Okay, DJ. Okay. Fady gone down after one, but the bomb's dropped. They've got a commitment here. The take on towards the top of B. Well, you better get the bomb back now. Because you do have this control.
Do they know?
It's going to get super weird. They're going to try and cut him off in the rotation, which is actually a great idea here. Timing is everything. No, Mobs is giving them the slip.
The thing is, he still has to get around to Banana, right?
He does, yeah. Does he go T-Apps? Yes. They hear these footsteps. They hear him. Oh, no, Mobs.
Mobs has to know.
Had an inkling. Tried to get fast enough, thinking that they might stall out. Now that bomb's dropped again. So good luck, Maluk, trying to battle back into this. It's not going to happen here.
That could have gone wrong. Sorry, Mike.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say that could have gone wrong for ATK in many ways with Mobs grabbing that bomb, but they made such a good choice, taking the initiative, going towards bottom of mid at the outside of Banana, and ensuring that Mobs just had no clear path to get back there because they knew he didn't go arch side.
Yeah, I like the fact that they made the insta read of, we're not going to fight for this bomb, we're going to fight to keep the bomb from getting... Hold on, words. We're going to fight to cut the bomb off. There we go. There's the better word.
Yes.
Had to let the brain buffer just a tick there, you know? Sometimes you got to do it. So, limitations in this buy for TeamOne. Thought we might have been misleading there. They're about to go around the corner. Okay, so catches that name full face, and goodbye, Face Halo. Some good damage on here for ATK. Able to back away, and at this point, all of the damaging nades have been spent over on the TeamOne side, and they've lost their lurk in IDK. Going back for the bomb. TRK at least has some sort of forward ground, but holding on to this is going to be a tough ask, and he is erased. So with him gone, all your territory is taken and tested. What are Maluk and Mom's going to be able to do?
I mean, not much. Swisher spotted out one. Probably knows the second's around the corner and at least gets that one. Maluk finds a trade. 4v1. Maluk at 36 HP. He's got the util, but I mean, they're zeroed in. Missed him knows he's around here somewhere, and DJ just spams through the smoke and says, why not give it a shot?
Why not, DJ? Master of collecting the freebie through smoke. So just one round separating these two teams now, and well, with the investment in the last, it's going to be an eco here. Pretty much dry for TeamOne. Do they put any utility around this whatsoever? A flashbang, a smoke? Doesn't look like it. One deagle. One flash. All right, there we go.
And a P250.
What do they got? What do they got to show for this?
It's the P254K that you've been waiting for, Mike.
Oh, yeah? It
Yeah.
happens here? It happens now? I don't think so. Luke's still up. He's still up. He'll have to be deep now, and at least he gets one.
Okay. Well,
gift.
there's one.
Does Swisher get that gun? No, it's not quick enough. Quicker on the trigger there, Swisher.
Mr. Swisher. In fact, everyone contributing pretty well here for ATK. If you look at their stats throughout the playoffs, though, in terms of openers, it has been largely in part Fady taking those fights to try and get the edge over the T's with 27.5% of his attempts, 27.5% of the attempts going his way, and his success rate very good as well, 60.7%. Maluk win the opening engagement though onto Bowden, 5v4 quickly. And ATK are going to toss perhaps a little bit more utility to try and maintain control here. One is going to go towards top of mid. But, Swisher just going to grab the op.
Gotta do it. Gotta post up with that big gun. They're taking that boat and they're like, no op. Mobs. Is that? Still an op, guys. Still an op. They don't. It's not there. Pull the trigger. Pull the trigger.
Yeah.
Pull the trigger. You can't see the X-ray, folks. If you're watching at home, you're wondering, why doesn't he just shoot? It turns out they can't see the little colored outlines like we can. That's a feature that we add in to make it easier for you to watch at home.
Good trade. TRK takes down Swisher, IDK drops DJ, and this one might turn into a save for ATK. I mean, Mistim's really close by, so he could try to spam through the smoke or wait for the fade to come through, deny a plant, and then ATK can support. Mistim, oop, not getting that. Sees that there's an offer around the corner. Still drops TRK. That's the bomb at his feet. Fady's got to come closer here. And it's too late for Fady, though, because Missed him goes down.
Fady's going to try this. Give it a roll of the dice. And they're continuing to challenge without securing the plant. That is ambitious, but it works out. Triple peak, why not? Full fight there for Team One. It's funny, you know, the X-ray thing, every time I show like an older family member Counter-Strike and explain what I do, one of the questions I inevitably get is, why don't they just shoot when they see the outline?
Wow.
I don't know if you've had that experience.
I haven't really showed Counter-Strike to anyone who doesn't really understand it, to be
John
honest with you.
hides this. He's ashamed of us. He's not
No.
spreading the gospel. John's ashamed.
No, not at all. I know my family's watched before, but I've never been around because I've been at the events, right? So
Not training up your kids in the way of the Counter-Strike.
no, they watch.
You got to get them watching simple demos right now.
Oh yeah, this is what you need to be. A
It's
superstar.
time to start. They will rule the servers one day. I mean, look, if every, you know, player profile from Valve is to be believed, what you need to do is you need to get them to be soccer stars and then have them, like, bang up a knee one season or tear an ACL or something and then get introduced to Counter-Strike and then they'll be champions. That's the way. That's the formula.
This is the way.
That's the formula. Face up with a nice entry. Swisher trying to shut the gates on them, and he's able to do so, but sticks around, overstays his welcome, and is punished. Look at that damage on him, Maluk. Not feeling great about that one. Bomb is going to be planted, open, which, considering DJ's on the other side, may be a little nervous about some of that potential spam. When these smokes fade, things are going to get very interesting indeed. What kind of utils available? Couple flashes for ATK, that's it. But on they're going to go. They do have one kit on DJ. That's the kit right here. Force the op off a new box. Trade it. It's actually decent impact considering the help that Luke had here in towards the full pace. It gets one, and there's the shutdown from IDK. Nicely played in the post plant.
Yeah, good positioning there by Team1, ensuring that ATK didn't really have much they could do, and the time was ticking against them, and the shots were solid. So a timeout's going to be called here as Team1 have restored their 2-round lead. And looking at the economy for ATK, well, they're not going to have much of anything into this one. They need to save and probably maybe a P250 bought up by Swisher, but outside of that, I'd be surprised to see any investment at all. So I'd say a pretty strong showing from Team1 so far here in the early goings anyway. I don't know if we talked about predictions much, Mike, but I think I was leaning towards it when I was explaining how Team1 struggles against top tier competition.
John. Throw out your predictions.
But I'm picking ATK in 2 because I feel like they're just a little bit higher than Team1, and it's a team that Team1 has struggled playing against for quite some time now.
We'll see.
Yeah,
the Inferno change out, man, maybe a little unexpected.
maybe
Could lead us to a 3-map series.
We'll see.
We'll see. Nade, a little bit late, and death, a little bit early. 3 players already down. What little threat there was in this round is pretty much done. Team1 can just roll in towards the site, but they'll take a moment and see if they can't just get one more. Why not? They're greedy. They want them eeks. They want extra eeks. Eeks on top of eeks on top of eeks. Alright, come on, guys. It's 1 USP. You can challenge him. This is going to drive me nuts. We're just going to spend the full 2 minutes on every anti-eco round. Everyone's been watching Outsiders demos, man. They don't even do this. They chase ecos.
Yeah, it's I don't mind when you're more patient on an eco, right? But at this point,
it's incorrect.
Yeah, at this point when you're only 2 players left, just go. Just try and make something happen.
Pressure coming on through. Bomb planted.
You could be trying to deny the kill reward, but that's...
Bowden. Post up for that exit. Make sure we get as much round timer as we can here. I mean, if he gets one exit, it's definitely a worthwhile endeavor. Just don't think it's going to happen with a USP. Nope. All right.
Alrighty. The expected result, but took a little bit longer than we thought to get there. But yeah,
just milking the clock, getting a pause in there, talking things over, talking some strategy for this next gun round. You know, making sure they got it all buttoned up. I don't think they'll have an op still, so that's not ideal for the ATK side. They really would like to get that on the Bowden Master at some point. But lots of utility this time, John.
Yeah, he had it once before, I think, and that's pretty much it.
Right, he died immediately and Swisher took it.
Right, exactly. All right, well, Pace is going to burn a little bit in the Molotov. IDK pushing up to half wall at Banana. Missed him on the other side, and Swisher's going to toss a nade on forward. I don't think TeamOne's going to commit to this. Probably just a fadeaway flashbang, then they're going to retreat for the time being, and that's exactly what comes to fruition. The other three players have already worked their way into the apartments. Malbs leading the charge here, the tip of the spear. Will face off against Fade. Very good on the CT sides, typically. See if he can pull the trigger and hit the headshot. Now he misses a lot. Has to throw that smoke into the Molotov. He's trapped here. There's nothing he can do. TRK just has to spam through the smoke, and that's exactly what he does. I think he might even spot him out. And that's the round, pretty much, because in the meantime, two other players went down for ATK.
Man, this is just looking so well drilled for TeamOne. This is where they hit the pace, right? After the slower rounds, they hit the pace. They rock in towards A. The take is very clinical. And you just fold like a house of cards over on the ATK side. So, I mean, even with these two saved guns, you're going to have very little to put around them. It's not like you're really going to be able to put much into the threat of the next round. This is looking like a phenomenal first half here for TeamOne. 8 rounds secured.
Yeah, this is certainly not too shabby of a T side, given the fact that also ATK hasn't been able to build up much economy. And this could easily be a 9th round victory as well. Another timeout going to be called by ATK because they have to figure out how they stop the bleeding here.
I think they also need to figure out how much they actually want to invest into this round.
Yeah.
Right? You can buy some upgraded pistols around them. Presumably, you actually do want to save enough money this time for Bowden to get an op. But how do you try and maximize these two rifles? I say 3 Zeuses.
Mistim invested into util, so I'm not sure if that's indicating a heavier investment across the board. I don't think so.
I'll keep both of them at 1,800 with their maximum loss bonus at this point. They'll be fine. A couple upgraded pistols, some extra smokes. Maybe just try and stall out. Bowden saves for the op. It's not a bad idea. With the smokes, the molly flashes. Try and slow this down as much as you possibly can. And a lot of that utility is going to be devoted towards banana control early on here. They're flying into it. DJ slips his way in towards the logs.
Well, this is actually a really good setup if TeamOne go to B, but they're not. They're going A. They already went into bracket. They have control of it. Fady waiting here. They hit a 1D go. Almost. TRK gets grazed in the shoulder. And goes down to 49. Bowden spots at IDK. So some information gained here for ATK. And TeamOne still not fully committed to hitting to the A site. A Molotov's going to get tossed on forward by Mistim. Maluk hits a shot, but it doesn't lead to a frag. So TeamOne's getting a little bit worried now. And yeah, look at DJ. He's coming in on a flank. And he's dead.
What a nice turn from Malbs. Thought he was a dead man here. Still, IDK could be. Knife out. That's ambitious, to say the least. Can't quite get the upgrade there. Swisher trying to get the better gun. Well, that'll be the cleanup. I mean, IDK's oversight there could have led to complete disaster, but his teammates are able to slam on the brakes fast enough.
I would argue that Swisher should have stayed with the same gun. It was more of a detriment to him to have to pick it up and go through the draw animation than stick with what he had and maybe get a low HP Maluk. Anyway, little no-scope came through from Maluk to make that a very quick peek and frag. TeamOne do indeed find that 9th round, even though it got a little precarious. You're absolutely right. IDK coming out like that, expecting no one to be there, and literally giving them a frag for free. Could have led to the round unraveling, but TeamOne kept their cool and indeed secured it. Now it's ATK's job to keep them off of double digits, because that would be even tougher to come back off. To come back from, I should say.
We're back too.
Yeah.
Back away. Back off,
Oh!
man. Missed him, says, as he sprays down two. Headshots. All headshots from Missed him. That's the round they needed. A little bit of strength showing here. A moment that they needed at the very least. ATK. See if they can capitalize. They desperately need to be putting something together here on the CT side to give them a chance to fight in this game. Really, they need the next two.
Yep.
Smoke's over. It is going to be the B hit. The rotation starts here. 45 seconds. They don't quite have to commit, but they are likely to. And indeed, TeamOne rumbles right on in, and behind the smokes, there's no one actually here to contest. So that bomb's going down.
A lot of damage on ATK.
Oh, there's a nice freebie. Missed him. Out of there. Bowden is low as well from early engagements, so this could be challenging for ATK. They've only got a single flashbang remaining to try and get them through the choke point, so once these smokes fade, that flash is going to come over, and they're on the loot.
That Molotov, you know.
On the loot, yeah, that Molotov could absolutely ruin their day. Goes down on the bomb. They can't win this round at this point. TRK will make sure they can't win this round regardless.
Oh boy, that's a nice little recovery from TeamOne, because Missed him playing that same spot I kind of criticized him before. This time it works out, so I can understand why he plays it. Got a nice little 2K. But unfortunately for ATK, even though Missed him makes that happen, TeamOne charge on in, and TRK in particular just lines up the headshots and gets the transfer here. Just well played. Now TeamOne have indeed hit double digits. Another timeout being called here. Is this by ATK again? No, this is TeamOne. I was going to say that would have been the third timeout for ATK of their 4 available. But I guess TeamOne just wants to talk things over head into this final round. First half about to conclude. ATK, well, this is certainly not how they expected their CT side to go. TeamOne showing us why they decided to jump into Inferno.
All right, Bowden master with the op. He's got to be the difference maker. They haven't had it consistently. They need a little flair. He's actually just going to dump nades early to try and set up the aggressive banana control. This definitely hasn't been working for ATK. They've been getting punished here again and again. Swisher back on it. And Missed him. Gets 2. Keep Swisher alive. And here we go. That's what you're hoping for from your B setup. Swisher will go the way of the Dodo via Molotov, but they can still hold on to this advantage. Missed him's going to back away. And he's out of there. He's around the corner. You got Bowden Master coming in to support as well. Missed him sticking up on the fight is ambitious. Do they actually want to shift this over and take it towards A? TeamOne have just had such sustained success, even when they're down numbers early on, hitting that B site. But this time, I thought the change-up pitch. IDK is going to bring the boys over to join him in the apartments. See if they can't make an approach onto this A site. Got a lot of room being given just for free. As he peeks around the corner here, there's the Molotov in towards Pick, and it makes Fady's life uncomfortable. Smoke gonna go out. Fady and DJ playing around each other here. 30 seconds on the clock. Rotation starting to come in from Missed him to give them some support. It's gonna need to be these players on site to hold. 20 seconds. Time getting low. Major concern here now for TeamOne. And here comes the hit. The lineup as well. No, only one for DJ. The pit player deals with it. Fady. He's low, but not that low. TRK, 1 HP, out of time, out of life. A 5th round at a minimum here, John, to give ATK something headed into the half.
Yeah, missed him again, proving to be quite valuable to this squad, coming out with a 2K. And this time, when he gets it, they actually do find that round victory. And he actually went aggressive for one of the rare times, right down Banana, to go and take those fights and keep Swisher alive. Even though Swisher goes down in the end, it was still a great play. And ATK are able to close this one out, at least with a round victory, Mike, as we are going to head to our first break.
Dinner for TeamOne. They're looking good. Very good. Very good. This round, getting underway here. Eight's thrown on towards A. Mono smoke. And here's the bullets coming through. IDK gonna connect two headshots on bodies dropping. IDK controlling it from the graveyard, but suddenly the pendulum swings back the other way. Bomb going down now. And TeamOne full rotating from Banana. They're going to be making their way up the lane. Doolies and all. Two players in the pit, though. Pit and mini pit. Going to make this tough. Meanwhile, on site, missed up close. Who is very quickly overwhelmed. Bomb's not necessarily planning for the pit, and definitely not planning for it if you die. And that is what they do. Decisive retake from TeamOne.
Wow, that is impressive. All three TeamOne players just immediately take sight to try and figure out where ATK are at. ATK peeking around, showing too much face, and those dualies, man, on the pistol rounds, they continue to prove to be quite effective. Knocking down these players, and 11th round immediately picked up here by TeamOne. I like the play by ATK to get that, or I should say, I like the initial play by TeamOne to get those first frags and get the advantage. But the problem with kind of leaning more heavily towards lane is that without an arch side player, a moto player, there's a lot of space that's left open. So you don't really know when someone is going to close that gap. And ATK obviously used that to their advantage and immediately got two in response. The thing is, TeamOne had an even better retake in order to get that round. So ATK, given that it's their 6 rounds rounds back, and they did get that bomb plant. Obviously, they're going to force up here, try to make something happen. A couple of Galils, 2 MAC-10s, and the Deagle, and with those MAC-10s, well, you want to take Banana pretty quickly, and that's what they're doing.
Grabbing the banana. Yeah, I'm just going to stop myself before I get ahead of it.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I was thinking of a way to back myself out of that. And you know what? Mobs, just going to back him straight off of that banana. No banana for you. Or, yes, banana for you. They have a counter-argument. Mobs has been rejected from this particular exchange. Now pressure on for Pesadillo. Takes it down to 2. That nade could be chonky. It's not, though. They back off. Here towards Tree. Fady. He will lose his life eventually, but he's done good work in terms of space taking. Now the bomb down, ticking away. Another kick required of TeamOne, and it won't start well this time.
That's a save, I think.
Ooh, not if you're TeamOne right now. TRK wants it. He feels it.
Okay.
He's got the fire. Loosed up on new box. They're so exposed. The Molotov forcing them off, and there's a dead man. They know where the next is as well. Utility can burn him out as soon as that nade comes on the angle. So DJ has to keep his teammate alive, and he can't do it. He can't do it. It's all over. Who needs your saves? They're just going to win. Do they have time?
Unreal.
They don't have time.
No, they
Round
don't.
Well, they get the best of both worlds. They kill everybody, and they save.
I don't know if TRK survives.
They kill everybody, and one person saves.
Yeah, that bomb explosion radius is quite big now on Inferno, and TRK cannot get away from it.
Speaking of which, another change that they did, you and I were chatting about the ancient changes, they expanded the bomb explode radius from 500 to 650, so that's pretty substantial, over a 1/5 larger.
For Ancient?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's
actually...
Save's going to be a lot harder.
All right. I mean, that's going to make it, yeah, definitely a lot harder because the bomb site sandwich CT spawn, right?
Yeah, yeah. I'm trying to think. I think if
like,
it's
is there
A, you'll
anywhere
still be able to plant
live?
spawn. I don't think it's that big. I don't think it's that because previously you could like save at the edge of donut, right? I'm pretty sure.
Right, right.
So I think it'll probably just take out like the donut and A main saves if you're over on A, and probably like the far. Oh, I'm trying to think. Could you save in Jaguar?
It's going to be harder.
Remember. It is definitely going to be a little harder.
That's a big change. Like that's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, we saw how much it influenced saves on Inferno. Made them much more difficult. We'll see how much it shifts. Ancient. Aggression coming through from TeamOne here. With the very limited weaponry, they try and take the initiative here. A la what we saw from ATK in the first. The bench push. And much like with ATK in the first, it doesn't work for them either.
Yep. Shame for TeamOne after picking up that pistol round to lose the follow-up. Great work from ATK. Despite losing all the bodies, they bought enough time to ensure the round would come through. Fady's going to walk through that Molotov. Thrown by his teammate, of course. Maybe the timing was a little bit off, but either way, it's not going to matter too much. There's only one player on the B site, so this is the right site for ATK to hit. It is Mobs, though, and we know how dangerous that Deagle can be.
He is dirty, that Deagler. Now, Brian coming through. And this time, he will not be so dirty. He'll be clean. But not clean like that. It's kind of ironic that, you know, clean and dirty can both sort of mean the same thing in slang.
Yes.
Think about. Dirty Deagle hitting a clean shot. Confusing world we live in. TRK, oh, that is clean. Getting away clean. Woo! Or not. Okay, never mind. He stuck around too long in the sewers. Hard to stay clean when you're among the trash.
That's not very nice. Why are you calling him trash?
Literally surrounded by trash. You know,
we just called him trash. I'm going to tell him.
Look at the trash. Look at the garbage. Don't you get me Twitter threads now. I know what you're trying to do. If you're upset by that statement, DM @JRT.
No.
TV
Why me?
With 2 little E's on the end That's JRT TVEE.
You can let me know as long as you give me a follow. How about that?
Yeah, that's your price of admission.
Yeah.
Do you check your message requests? No, actually, don't say that publicly. Don't say that publicly.
Oh, why? Why not?
Because then people will know they can DM you even if they don't follow you. You don't follow them.
No, I never check them.
Yeah, never admit
Or
it.
maybe I do.
Or he does.
Do it.
You'll never know unless you try. So DM him at JRT
Oh my
TV
God.
Little Leagues. Bowden and Fady going to be sending some DMs in the forms of bullets. They say, hey, you up? You out? Little winky face there. Whatever it is. It's going to be an affirmative answer they're getting.
Yeah, this round is pretty much over now. Yeah, Bowden.
I can feel you trying to drag me back onto the rails here, John, and I don't
Yeah.
know. I think I'm hitting critical mass. We're off the rails a bit.
Let's go here. All right, round number 20. Okay. Obviously gonna have to face off against a lot more than just USPs into this one.
But the problem is the utility. Look at how lousy the utility is. We're a minute 35 in. They've got a smoke, a super Molotov, and 3 flashes. That's the big problem for TeamOne. A retake, going to be a nightmare. You don't have any kits either. So I'm wondering whether we're going to see a gamble. Seems like that's going to be the case. 4 players towards A initially. Pressure on from Mobs to hold the line. But if they apply a whole lot of pressure, he's going to crack and crumble. He just has nothing to slow him down. There's no smokes or mollies. He's throwing a single flash. Fortunately for TeamOne, Rockets control being established here for ATK. Seems like they might be reading this right. Yeah. Well, if you get the kills, doesn't matter which site you hit. With Fady finding that, gonna soften things up. The only Molotov has been spent. There's still a smoke. Ooh, there's a spot. Maluk can't connect, but Pesa certainly can. Ah, and one more. Mr. wanted to see if he could get him on the swing, and Pesa was more than ready for that. And now, I mean, ATK sticking around. This could get very dangerous indeed. Molotov on. He knows he's got Maluk stuck, but without the utility, the smoke's going to be thrown maybe just to isolate the fight with Maluk. And there's going to be the bail. That's what DJ was looking for. Cost him a whole lot of health. But he does get the kill, and now dropping mobs on towards B. They've got a bomb plant.
Oh, man, that's such a risky play, right? But the reward is unbelievable when DJ gets that frag, because by getting it, you still convince, okay, TeamOne is going to take him down at the end, but you convince them that the hit's going to come to the A site, and that opens up so much more time and space for them to go for their actual hit towards B, and they also get the frag there because TeamOne weren't really aware of the possibility at that moment. So, IDK and Pesa in a 2v2, they're going to go for it. Bowden trying to support Swisher in construction. He spots out IDK. That'll give Swisher the information he needs. Should be an easy frag, and it is. Last one standing is Pesa, who will tap the bomb. That's a good move, but it's not good enough. Swisher gets the headshot. A 3K on the round, and ATK are on a roll.
Big round to take as well. Big round to take. Looks a little risky here after Pace's 2-piece, but managing to convert that back through. We talked about how rocky the economy was, how little utility TeamOne had brought into that, so they're going to have to take an eco here again. You're going to see ATK on double digits, most likely, barring running into this triple nade play. And at that point, you're finally going to get a good goodbye round out for TeamOne in the next. Presumably, Luke's even bought down a little bit. Quick maths. John, is he going to have enough for an op? I don't know. We'll find out after the round. We will find out after the round. But it won't be an issue if they win. Just win with pistols.
Just got to win with the pistols, which is a very tall order, Mike.
Smoke's flying over. They've got the bodies in the right place, maybe. The rotation was coming in, but these smokes section them off. They don't have anything to get through. Yeah, this is brutal. Now they've got the control. They got the player out on Falc. They got the player on site. Run kill for Pesa. If these players had armor, I'd say it's worth saving, but they don't. So, hey, why not? See if you can't get an exit.
Yeah.
Soccer robots. Do you have those mirrors?
Yes.
I don't know why they were fascinating.
Oh, wait, sorry. I didn't have them. They had them. As
you were aware of them. The little plastic dudes who punch each other and then one head pops up.
Yeah.
I don't know why they were so fascinating. I never owned them, but I played them. I don't know why they were fascinating.
I never really got into it.
I don't know how much getting... Like, it was pretty straightforward, you know what I mean? Like, there wasn't a lot of depth to it. I think you just mashed the button as quickly as possible, as I recall.
Well, I never got into the mashing of buttons.
Oh, there you go. It's like proto Mario Party, where so many of the mini games are just mashing buttons.
Yeah, a lot of N64 controllers had a very sad fate after Mario Party came out. I don't know if you knew this, Mike, but there was people would use their palms to rotate the
Oh, yeah?
the joystick,
To
yeah,
twist
so
it?
quickly, and it would destroy the joystick on the N64
That makes sense. Would
controllers.
like rip it out of the socket or just wear down the top?
It would just wear it down to the point where it was loose. You know that was a problem
Yeah.
with N64 controllers where they got really loose. Yeah.
Yeah.
To the point where on the re-released versions on the Switch, if you have the N64 controller for the Switch to play the emulated games, they have a warning saying, "Don't do this with your controller, please."
We
Like
love
in
that.
the game. Yeah.
Will break it. But, I mean, look, there are great costs in the pursuit of championships.
I mean,
Gotta get that done. Anything for an edge. TRK gets one from the pit. Despite being blinded up, ATK want to take the faster play and, well, overlook some things. And indeed they have. Third player down. Bomb dropped as well. The swifter play, not so effective. Now, it's about damage. Swisher finds one. Every gun they can take out of the hands of TeamOne is super impactful.
oh, Pesa's positioning.
Blank. This is perfect. Got the one. Might get the second as well. Damage done, but Swisher's down to 2 points of health. Headshot or bust. If he had the bomb, man, what could be? No bomb at hand.
Yeah, I don't know if a save is really necessary here. He's got 5,400 in the bank. His buy-up would be pretty full, I guess, with the body armor, the Molotov, the AK. It's a pretty decent amount of kits, so why not? Your economy's not in bad shape either. Could have gone both ways, but I guess like you alluded to, 2 HP, what are you actually going to do peeking around here other than just get one shot off and die? So, save. Finally, ATK's run comes to an end at 5 rounds in a row. They've really cut into this lead effectively, though, and now it's, again, anyone's game.
This next round's still going to be very critical. I mean, there's so much bank built up for this ATK side, right? They can keep the pressure up. They can keep the threat up. Keep the core alive. Great find. A lot more economy going to be available here in terms of utility, in terms of what you can show. But you have to sustain if you're TeamOne. You have to sustain. Not out of the woods just yet. You see the light. The trees are getting thinner. But you're still in the woods. ATK wants to drag them back in. They're the big bad wolf. Dressed up in grandma's clothes. This wolf's now. Not right now, it's not. That's a lot of utility to push Maluk off of his intended peak.
Wow, both ways, right? That's a very intense fight for Banana that's going on here in the early goings, and it looks like ATK are going to win it. TeamOne backing off, saying, you know what, that was just a little too hot for us to handle. And Malb's going to play more passively. Now Maluk's coming, not Maluk, Pesa's coming back into it, trying to support here. And they are going to regain a little bit of space. Flashbang going to fly over. In fact, no. A Molotov and a Flashbang, and a lot of util being recommitted by TeamOne to try and regain the space. And for the time being, at least they've bought enough time to get a boost going. And a boost on the other side as well. Both teams trying to see who flinches first.
Put around the corner, pace up, pushed off. They know it's a boost up, so they know two players are here. Positioning now. Oh, that kill would have been huge. It is indeed, though, but it's for Fady in the second follow-up as well. This has to be a save. TeamOne are going to have to concede this round. That's so unfortunate for TeamOne. They don't have the economy to contest this. They didn't get any kills to invite them back in. This is going to open the door right back to ATK, steaming into the lead.
Oh man, that flashbang from Bowden was so good. I don't even know if Fady was that blinded by it, but I can tell you, and you guys saw, Malbs couldn't see a single thing, and his crosser wasn't lined up for that peak around the smoke. It was too high. So even if he spams, there's not much he'll connect with. Great work from ATK and Bowden. I mean, he is one of their top utility players. 0.85 flashes thrown per round and averages 0.08 flash assists per round as well. That's only behind Mistim, who averages 0.10 and 0 flash assists per round and 0.98 flashes thrown per round. But those two with the util are very scary indeed. ATK, like you said, Mike, they bounced back. They get an 11th, but TeamOne, they built up that economy from having 4 guns saved in the round before this last one, and they had 2 saved over from the previous one. So they'll be okay. They have a really strong buy still.
It's funny, you know, this is such an Inferno scoreline over on the ATK side, where despite the fact that they're only 1 round back, you've got 2 players who are just barely positive on the kill count, and everyone's kind of just in the same place.
Yes.
You just don't have that much fragging. You trigger the saves a lot of the time, and that's the Inferno way of life.
It's on both sides.
Yeah, I mean, the battle is fought with nades more than it is with guns sometimes. Speaking of which, illustrating our point, Mobs soaks up that nade damage. Just a sponge full of shrapnel.
Now I'm trying to picture a sponge full of shrapnel, Mike. So.
I wouldn't recommend it. Not very useful or comfortable.
Yeah.
It's an ouchie sponge.
Yeah. I'm not sure if it would be a sponge full of shrapnel or shrapnel full of sponge in that point, right?
No.
Because
All a matter of perspective.
Yeah.
All of life.
It is.
Utility being set up for this bracket control here. Counter Molly comes out. Much is still left for TeamOne. Not that much. Couple HEs, couple flashes. Unless there's something down towards spawn, they're going to be very depleted, and there's still 40 seconds on this clock. So I think this A hit is going to be tough to answer. They've got the stack, though. They've got 4 players here, 3 on the site proper, and 1 watching arches. So now as the pressure starts to come in towards B, this is going to push Mobs back. This is going to drag the rotation off, and IDK gets a critical kill. That is so nice for helping soften up this take, and that nade comes in perfectly placed. Flashbang is good, though. Pit under pressure. TRK gets 2. That's what they needed. They needed a big play. They needed to step up. This round's not done just yet, but time's so low. What is Swisher even attempting? He won't have the time to get involved in this. 10 seconds.
This round's over.
They're conceding. It's going to be a T-side save. Bowden's backing off of it. Swisher looking for the damage, and he's got it, to be fair.
I think that was a case of they didn't look at the clock. I don't think they realized how much time was left because Swisher rotating around to library with 12 seconds left and needs to get the bomb onto the site. It looked like they wanted to commit and then realized, oh, wait, we don't have time. We have to fall back. So that's going to be a tough one for ATK to swallow after, again, putting TeamOne on the ropes and 1 round away potentially from breaking their economy. TeamOne hangs on and they keep quite a few players alive. So still going to be a pretty strong buy here. I think Maluk has a gun on the ground for himself. Yeah, there's the AWP. So they're good to go. Over on ATK, also plenty of cash. So another critical round coming through here.
It's actually one of the more even buys we've gotten in terms of the utility that's available for TeamOne. They've had tough time sustaining it, but it seems like they're finally maybe out of those economic doldrums. Now, saying that, it can all come crashing down in an instant.
Yes, exactly.
But if you win here, all good. So, as previously stated in this half, just win.
Just win. That's all you have to do, Mike.
Just win. Remember, folks, you don't have to learn your economy control if you never lose. That's what you tell your IGL the next time he says, hey, why don't you have a smoke campaign? Well, just buy it, Ronnie.
Nice shot, though, by the way, by Maluk. Bowden responds, and TRK is going to get the trade. It's back and forth here, Mike. 3v3, and the HP's even, pretty much.
TRK's low as well, and he's the isolated player. Last time, he stepped up in the pit. This time, I don't know if he'll have the option. Yeah, burnt alive. Barbecued. They knew he was there. And it's worth devoting the Molotovs just to take him out of position. This bomb should be planted in a moment. Counters Molly, though, but Moles wants to challenge the smoke. And I was being watched for. This is why they were taking their time. Bomb's now down. Pace is trying to bail out because, again, that economy could come crumbling down in an instant. And once again, ATK, every time TeamOne thinks they might be pulling clear, ATK just drags them right back down into the pit.
Yeah, and this is actually going to hurt quite a bit. You're looking at their economy. They don't have much to work with, so this op is going to be really important. That's such a shame for Mobs, right? He's trying to work through the smoke, but that long barrel of the A1S, oftentimes giving away a position, it does there as well, just poking out of the end of the smoke. And Bowden says, okay, well, thank you very much. I will take this second frag for free. And ATK have a 12th. And again, they are flirting with tying this one up. I don't think they've actually gotten a tied scoreline yet, Mike. TeamOne keep hanging on, but it feels like...
Bowden. Just a little bit to the left. A little bit to the left, man. I don't actually know if that would have been a kill. I think a headshot would have been
Yeah.
unlikely there. But once again, so much is going to hinge on this one round. And because TeamOne have just continued to sort of string this economy along, pay the pipe, you know, make it happen.
They're investing again, I think.
You would expect it. And the thing is, if ATK tie, they're almost certainly going to pull in the lead. That's the reality of the situation they built for themselves. They just need to crack this edifice. They just need to get one round where they kill all 5 on TeamOne, and it's disaster for the Brazilians.
It's easier said than done on Inferno, right? To get all 5, but
True.
whew, yeah. This is a pivotal round. Again, we've had 2 or 3 of them before this. Like you said, ATK just have to get over that hill.
I guess what you could say about these TeamOne side, right? They're tough to kill. They're very Brazilian.
Yes.
Heavy exchange here towards Banana again. But a little bit slower on the initial exchanges. We're not having massive damage early on. Nades aren't being dumped. TeamOne maybe trying to hold on to what little they've got a bit more, and they have sacrificed a lot for utility. Pesa in particular, taking the hit for extra nades. And a third player floated towards B initially. That's, what do we have? Pesa, Mobs, and Maluk with the AWP. So you got the big gun here to complement the SMG and the pistol. Well, that's where ATK is going to test. Maluk, so much comes down to him. They're going to throw the cross smoke, of course. Does he try and go outside of it? That's the real question. Counterflash here. Mobs, the lineup. Destroyed, deleted. Too many bodies to contend with the SMG. The molly is good, but this one might already need to be a save. It probably does need to be. The op needs to get the heck out of dodge. That HE could have been nice. Could have been really nice. They've got one more, but TRK is not even in the same zip code. He's not even trying. He's just trying to keep them clean on the save.
Yeah. Looking at the money here for ATK, I think they have to hunt. Try to put that killing blow on the economy of TeamOne. But the players that can hunt, DJ and Bowden, I wouldn't want Bowden hunting with the AWP. You don't want to give them another op potentially. Yeah, maybe ATK are just going to hang around the site, send a couple of players out.
I think it's that periphery push, right? It's Swisher coming in, but at the end of the day, when 3 are alive, you can basically set up an A-side defense, and it's you don't want to just funnel everybody into that. So they will allow TeamOne to keep this economy at least on life support.
More than that, in a way, right? Because you got 3 rifles, the op is still up. They've got a viable chance of taking this next round now.
Yeah, they do. Guns can be dropped. Let's see, though. ATK nodding things up for the first time. So very close now, John. This is the round. This is the swing. Can ATK close here on their opponent's map pick of Inferno? Can they slide into the lead? Or can TeamOne hold up when they need it most? Looks like we get apartments aggression. We haven't seen a lot of this from TeamOne. So this is the change-up. This is the look. Maluk postured into a more aggro fight. Bullets coming down the hall. Keep them uncomfortable. And meanwhile, we get aggression on Banana as well.
I'm not sure I understand the adjustment, though, because ATK hasn't really gone to the apartments that much. They've had most of their success towards Banana and top mid.
DJ does like to lurk this, though. And
Yeah.
hold on to the control. So you can test that. Prevent him from having that good flashbang. Beat that fully. Now he knows. He's got the confirmation that the op's in here. Nades can keep them uncomfortable, but ATK doesn't seem to want to respond. Knowing that the op's here, they're going to go towards B instead. This is going to be the adjustment. This is going to be the rotation, and that smoke on Tomoto is enough to hold
it convinces them. Yep.
Yeah, it's just going to be left to Mobs. Without the utility, they had to try and drag Pesadelo back in just so they could get that extra smoke, and he's going to be completely out of position. Even if he starts rotating now, I don't think he's here in time, and here comes the hit.
They're going at 45.
Comes the move. Good luck, Mobs. He's going to be overwhelmed. Utility sailing on past, and the smoke is late. Mobs gets one, and he's able to slip away. So that might set up the retake, actually, here. Somebody needs to plant that bomb. They're just now getting into position to do so. Mobs swing through. Pesa as well. They're working together. It's all working out. The flashbang was perfect. And ATK fumbling around on the site were not prepared at all.
What? Malbs, unbelievable. Gets one, slips away, and then comes back through for another as Pesa supporting, who also gets a 2K because he's able to get back to the site due to what Malbs was able to achieve. And then, like you mentioned, HK definitely fumbling around the site, couldn't get the bomb, ended up getting dropped, I believe, by Malbs' initial frag, and then they took too long to pick it up. By the time they started trying to plant it, that's when Malbs slips through again, denies the plant, and round is over. I mean, look, money-wise, it's okay for ATK, but that was their shot, honestly, at taking the lead and really hurting the economy of TeamOne, and they couldn't do it again.
Serious miscues in that actual execution, right? They
Running
had
out
the
of
right read.
chances,
They
yeah.
had the isolated player on the site. They had so many opportunities to bully. Even if the smoke goes in a little bit earlier for Coffins, I think that's a tough situation, but that's as disjointed a take as we've seen from ATK, and it comes at the wrong moment.
Very unfortunate. But again, like, the economy can absorb that, which is fine. It's just that, as mentioned, you're running out of rounds.
And you let TeamOne off the hook. This was your chance
Yep.
to really break their backs and take the lead. Instead, TeamOne continue to hold you at bay. And if they can just keep doing this, I mean, eventually, all right, they just need 2 more rounds. That's all they need.
3 AKs to CT side is also a very scary prospect.
That pressure in towards the apartments again. This is DJ working the space. They've got brackets control. This is potentially a good bit of control towards A. This might coax ATK to see what they've got, but losing Fady, it makes it a less appetizing prospect.
They're still trying to decide what they're going to do here, it seems. Hesitating, looking back and forth. Do we go back? Do we actually try for this hit towards the B site? Well, now you have 45 seconds left, so you got to make a decision. They do send one player towards A. That's missed him. Maybe trying to catch off rotations as they go for this hit, and that's exactly what's going to happen here. Malbs and the rest of Team 1 are using all the utility they have available to them to try and slow ATK down and flashbang them. Here they come. Pace against one, traded up by Bowden. Critical fight here with Malbs, and Malbs wins it against Bowden. Then IDK swings to take down DJ. Missed him. It's a shot in the dark here, and he's not going to connect on anything. IDK gets the 2K, and it is 15-13 for Team 1. They've got 2 opportunities to close out this map.
And the bank may finally have run out for ATK, right? Bowden's got a ton of cash. He's going to have to share that wealth.
He can drop
the bank of Bowden Master.
Yeah, he can drop for everyone. So
but holy calzone, this looked at so many moments like ATK were poised to just pull into the lead, like they were in the slipstream of Team1, ready to just slide through, but they just couldn't get that fatal blow. They couldn't get the last hit of the combo, right, to launch the Hadouken. And so now Team1, they were holding on by their fingertips for so much of this half, but hold on, they did, and now just one extra reach, and they're there, John.
It's been an impressive showing by Team1. I gotta be honest, you know, they've been challenged again and again and again. And like you said, ATK just cannot find a way to get past that hurdle. Still 2 rounds left, and I mean, this one is far from over because Bowden's bank account, like you said, have just ripped on open, and he dropped for absolutely everyone. So they do have a full buy-up in terms of hardware, but he can't drop all the utility, so that's going to be a little bit of a limitation. For some banana control, and again, the B site is soft. Couple of players here boosted up on top of each other, so if ATK play their cards right, throw a good flashbang, peek around this corner, they could mop up 2 easily. But instead, they want to work this A site, it seems.
They do. Look at these nades. That's chunky damage, but TRK burns. He couldn't get away. He couldn't get out from the porch, so they'll take that nade damage. They'll get the advantage here. Now pressure on towards these A players, and with no rotation coming over from B, it's going to be major pressure from Maluk and IDK now. Maluk slipping in towards the pit. IDK shifting over towards Moto. Utility being spent on B to keep them locked in, and it's working. Pressure on. Pit player dropped. All onto IDK now. This bomb's going down, and this could even be a save. This could even be a save call. IDK's backing off. They're going to play for one more. We're going the distance, John. We're getting a full 30 at a minimum.
Oh, man, that's the second time TRK's got caught in a Molotov that he couldn't get out of. Last time it was on the site, and that was a little more understandable. But here on porch, I believe it was, I mean, you got to get away from that. Unfortunately, that means that ATK get a very critical opener. After that, they overload Maluk really well. And I do like the way they send one player back to B, tons of utility tossed over. They lock down that B site, even make IDK shift a little bit further towards the B site into library just to make sure, right? So you open up Maluk to being completely overloaded, and that's exactly what happens. So 14th picked up by ATK. We are indeed going the distance. Round number 30. Either TeamOne closes this out in regulation, or we've got some more OT here in the ECL Challenger playoffs. Or ECL NA playoffs. I said Challenger twice, technically, Mike.
ESL Challenger League.
ESL
Challenger League.
Alrighty. Let's jump into the action here. Oh, it's another full buy from both sides.
Yup. What better way to finish things?
Yes.
Don't want it any other way. No excuses here. Mano a mano. NATO a NATO. Malio a Malio. AK-47-0. All ends here. Unless it doesn't. That's what ATK are open for. But Swisher's going to be dunked down early. Look at the damage, though. Mobs and Pesa both limping. This Molotov Pesa, I don't know if he's getting away. No, indeed.
No, he didn't see it.
He's burnt. He's burnt. There was no escape there. And now with Mobs being so low as well, you've got to imagine there's a temptation to float a third player over. Second to reinforce. Mobs just going to tuck into the corner. There's another molly here at hand, John. If it gets deployed, where is it? It's on DJ, so he's in towards the apps. Instead, they'll clear via gun. Got to check the close corner, and that they do. Missed him ducking under the bullets. Now B is wide open.
Yeah, but they don't even have to hit it, right? They can just make this, use a bunch of utility and draw the players over, and they go take A.
That's what they're doing. Selling the look. They're selling it. And that kill sells it all that much better. You're going to have to be here for IDK. Meanwhile, the hit comes in towards the pit. TRK's traded 1-for-1, and this is disastrous. IDK has to try and pull back a massive clutch 1v3. He's knife out straight into Fady. We're going to more. We're going to overtime.
Wow. I can't believe it's been pulled all the way back to OT. And the most incredible thing, Mike, is that ATK has not had a lead in this second half. They've tied it up, and of course had to tie it up to get to overtime, but they still haven't been able to take that lead. Maybe it'll happen in OT. We'll have to wait and see as we come back from this break.
This is a tale right now of can't. ATK can't finish the overtake and pull in the lead. TeamOne can't close, and that's how we get here. ATK felt like they were in the driving seat for so much of that second half, but they just couldn't pass TeamOne, and TeamOne couldn't get it over the line. So now we get more.
It feels like TeamOne are just fending off ATK, right? But ATK is the team that has their claws and their teeth out, and they're constantly just trying to get through, trying to tear through TeamOne. And eventually, it just feels like that wall is going to crumble for TeamOne, but we'll have to wait and see. Great start by Maluk, who gets the opener with the op on to miss them.
Sometimes all you need is that breath of fresh air, that intake, that little bit of pressure removed. Knowing you don't need to worry about the economy in the same way. Knowing you don't have that fear of the reset in the back of your mind. And certainly an opening pick helps build that confidence as well. Maluk's had a really good Inferno. 25 and 17. Tends to do well on this map. He's shown it again, and he's going to catch one as DJ tries to slip away to no avail. Oh, Maluk!
Oh, no.
Just eliminating them all here outside of the brackets. It's a massacre here. The bodies stacked up on the ground. And even one further. TeamOne taking Swisher through the smoke. ATK have never even really gotten a chance to get going on this round. Maybe that Molotov could do something, but the reposition's even here for TeamOne. Preparatory smoke as well. Bowden trying to make something magic happen. He takes down the low HP player, but that's it.
Admire the effort there by Bowden, but not much he could do in that situation. What a sequence from Maluk. I mean, Fady just got caught in no man's land at the end there. This is just a nice shot, good hold in the angle. The second one as well, but afterwards, just Fady, I mean, he got caught literally trying to get up Arch. His teammate goes down. He turns around saying, oh, crap, there's an op behind me, and there's just nowhere to go. So, TeamOne, again, denying ATK a chance at taking this lead. Maluk got caught out there, but he's lucky to be alive. Subs into Boiler, and now they're going to be focused on him. Not another player around the corner, potentially. Maluk finally does go down, but look at the damage done to ATK. 3 players hovering around half HP or below it.
Oh, this is wild. This is wild, but a man advantage still is a valuable prospect, and with that smoke thrown, maybe they want to test Pesa, actually. Pesa playing contained here. Oh, IDK wandering down from the graveyard. An unfortunate moment. Here's the shots on towards this site, and this one is already looking like a tough ask for the remaining TeamOne members. Bomb's going to be down 5 players up here on the site. There's certainly no reason to save here in overtime.
Nope, none at all.
But even so, they look like they are.
There's no reason for them to save.
There's no percentage in this.
0.
You will have enough money for the buy in the next. So, just to, in case you're not a PhD in Counter-Strike economics right now, we play 12.5K overtime here, which is enough money that unless you lose both of the first 2 rounds, you don't have to think about money.
There is one reason, Mike.
Okay.
The AK.
Yeah, I guess.
That's it.
The one-shot headshot for Mobs, I suppose, but even then, why not look with Pesa?
Look, and even that doesn't matter, right? You're getting a frag on Fade. Anyway, look, the only one I can say with maybe some convincingness is that Mobs wanted to save for the AK. Outside of that, not much of a reason.
It was a low percentage round, to be sure. That retake was a nightmare scenario. But got it up, 16-all. The story of regulation continues here. TeamOne pull 1 round ahead. ATK immediately drag them back. That was the story of the entire second half, John.
Is ATK going to get a lead going to the second half of OT? That's what I'm watching out for right now. They have been fighting for so long. That wall stands tall for now on the TeamOne side. Mob's going to get tagged down to 51 HP. I think that was some util towards Banana. Indeed it was. That util battle's crazy. There it is.
Burns.
Swisher going to take down Pesa. Indeed, now it's Mobs by his lonesome again at half health. Swisher catches him off. Great flashbang thrown. Is he going to be able to get him before he gets back to the site? He does.
Foot race now. Foot race now. Maluk took down 1. DJ's going to be the stinger here. They've seen him, but that means they can't rotate through mid, so they're all coming through spawn. DJ's going to want to link up with his team, but this bomb's going down, and well, that scenario you were talking about, that slim lead headed towards the half, it might be coming to pass. They've got an advantage here. Resmoke on the cross limits the abilities. That's great spam damage. Nade's not finding home either. It's going from bad to worse. And meanwhile, look at DJ creeping ever closer on the flank. Maluk, I think, might be about to be a dead man. It's a little labored, but he is indeed. Bowden's been lost elsewhere. The 2-man push or bust, and bust it is. A lead for ATK. The long sought after lead, it is finally theirs.
Oh man, that's got to be a bit of a blow for TeamOne at this point. As I mentioned, they've been fending them off again and again and again, but finally Atk cracked through. The chinks in the armor are showing. Kinks in the armor are showing. Oh man, this is going to be tough.
Well, we have a bit of a moment to catch our breath. Ah, inhale, exhale. That's the story for TeamOne. They were so close to closing this out. 15-13, 2 chances. So much of a lead for so much of this game and unable to seal the deal. Now they have to bring back an equalizer of their own. It's the T side where they'll have to do it. Guns up for ATK, zero concern. The economy flowing as the overtime money sets in. What do you have? What's your one strat here for TeamOne? Because frankly, I think they need 17-17. I don't think they can give up map point here.
I agree with you. It's tough. I would say try and buy some time. Play those psychological games that ATK were so good at on their T side, right? Try to go for a pull. Try to pull them off of one side. I would say maybe go for that banana take that's been so very contested, right? And well, they try for that really early, and Fady gets two right off the docket. Forget about that strat. It's gone by the wayside. Pesa at least takes down Fady, but it's still a man advantage for ATK. And now TeamOne are on a very uphill battle. Bowden could peek around here and get another one, and he gets a freebie. Pesa overlooking porch. This is all ATK now.
Still a chance at the hero play. Tag on a swish. We'll force him off the angle. Minute 10, so there's plenty of time to try and bring back these individual plays. IDK panics. The chicken got the better of him. He still gets a kill at least.
Chicken's still alive.
Six man on the server, man, is the chicken, and he didn't even take him out of play. Chicken OP. Please nerf Volvo. Good flashbang. Force the Swisher off. But he has the cover of the smoke. Maluk gonna get the bomb plant here, but the bomb plant, honestly, doesn't really matter. All about this post. Still, he gets a chance to play it. Said post plant. This is a lot better than perhaps was expected. So, they're played to Maluk already, but the pressure's on. They're past the lip. He's volleyed out, and he's dropped as well. 18 on the board. ATK with 2 maps to play. 2 map points, rather, to play. As they try and make this a 2-map series.
Wow. That's just such a ridiculous start from Fady over towards Banana. TeamOne couldn't do anything either when they were trying to get that control of bracket. Look at this. Freebie. Pesa completely overlooks porch, and then the chicken. The chicken comes along. And it's just so funny to me as the chicken distracts him, then he just trots away right towards the A site.
My mission is accomplished, the chicken says, as the tiny ATK symbol emerges from his feathers.
Exactly.
There was a spy.
Spy.
Fady dinked. I think that was through the apartment.
It was, yeah, I believe so.
Chimama, but whoa, that's a little bigger than a dink. IDK avoids it for now. Don't know if he had the information as he backed off. I think he did get the spot at the last second. That nade's gonna be chunky. Sorry, mobs. Less than it could have been, though. And missed him. Been splattered on the wall. Swisher trying to back away here. Trying to call on the cavalry as well. They're bringing the pressure. TeamOne well positioned for this. Aggression from DJ. Unsuccessful. They got their options now. TeamOne, where do they want to move? They got the man advantage. They got plenty of time to see this one through.
Pressure's on here. TeamOne have to win out just to keep hope alive of securing map number 1, their map pick. And I mean, they hung on for so very long in that second half, could never close it out and get the win in regulation. And now the possibility of them losing an OT would be really quite a blow. IDK about to come out of the apartments. Needs a sentry frag. Doesn't see the player, but TRK is going to help. IDK gets a second, but Bowden strikes back for 2, at least keeping it within reach.
He's stuck. Oh my God,
he gets
Bowden!
The shot.
How on earth, between a rock and a hard place, turning, dipping, diving, dodging, 12 seconds, going to be up to Swisher. He flashes his way through. He wants to bring the pressure on. He wants to try and push them off the bomb. And Pesa is ready for the defense. One more round here. One more round. And TeamOne can take us to a second period of overtime.
Oh, what a play by Bowden. What an effort, right? IDK slips in, and he, with TRK, does so much damage. But Bowden, right here, I mean, if he's able to slip back onto the site just a second more, get it back onto that site, he could even find a 4K and win the map right there for ATK, but it's not to be. And TeamOne hang on by the skin of their teeth. Here we go. ATK, last chance in this first OT to close out the map. Both teams have had two map points, Mike. This will be the second for ATK.
He's flashing through. He's caught. Missed him. Wasn't blinded. Yeah, one, but still, one is better than last time around. Molotov going to secure this, and they will split the defense, the 2-2. Fady taking some space here in the apartments as a response, trying to gain some ground. You're out of the bedroom. Spots that alt mid is clear. And so he can hope for this rotation. That might empower Bowden to rotate, and indeed it does. That's the call they make. So this is going to be interesting. The bodies are in the right place here for ATK. What's the util like? Swisher still has plenty. Swisher still has plenty. That Molotov is going to be critical. Flower pots boost. Molly prepped. Cross smoke gets thrown. Molly coming down. The shot doesn't land. Bowden can't connect. Molotov out a tick late. Perhaps they're past it. But DJ's ready to collect now. Pressure on. Naden towards the back. Flashbang good. Sets up another peek and another kill for DJ. They're back and they're trying to rotate with no time to spare. It's a 2-on-2 and it's a foot race to the site. The T's have the edge though. The T's have the front.
Oh, they slowed up?
Start. No, they've still got it. They've still got it. Plenty of time. Moto cross smoke, and they're going to expect him towards site. The Swisher check. The Swisher check for this op. I don't know if he did. He's past Maluk, though. He's past Maluk. DJ knows, but it's all about Swisher, and he's not got it. We're going for more.
Oh, unbelievable. Look, I mean, the barrel of DJ's gun showed when he was trying to clear that corner, and that's why Maluk towards Arch was able to be ready for that shot to be fired. And after that, Swisher by his lonesome again, cannot do it. And indeed, we're headed for more overtime. Double OT is inbound, and both teams have blown two opportunities to close it out here on Inferno. Oh, man. Thought ATK had it right there, but TeamOne showing that they can still get it done.
They can't come out. They find the rounds that they need. Or there's the story just that neither team can close, John.
I guess so.
Always the toughest of rounds.
The thing is,
to seal the deal.
I think this map is far more important for TeamOne to take than, I mean, obviously ATK wants to take it, and I think they've been threatening a lot as we jump into, are we into the action here? This is replay still, right?
No,
I'm sorry,
warm up.
My brain.
Chill up now. We are not live. Now we're live.
Freaking out.
Now we're back into it here.
What I was going to say, Mike, is that I think for ATK, you know, they're fighting to steal away TeamOne's map pick. If they lose, well, you know, they're going on to Dust 2, which they're really favored on. If TeamOne loses this, they're going on Dust 2, where they have had literally zero success against ATK over the last 3 times on it. Maybe that'll change. Maybe they've had a chance to look at the demos, and they figured that ATK would pick into it. But still, it's going to be a huge uphill battle for TeamOne if they can't close it out here.
It is funny, though, because it's a map that TeamOne normally loves so much.
Yes,
they just
exactly.
struggle against ATK. Op duel early on. Bowden gets the better of it this time. That's an early pick, and he's away. So advantage, ATK, as they look to find the one round they couldn't. Last period of overtime. Maul's down half early on. Always the way it goes. The one round you need, you find it. After it won't win you the map anymore. Murphy's rule of Counter-Strike.
Yeah, it happened for TeamOne too, right?
Immediately afterwards. Oh, what a spray down from Swisher.
Geez.
Blinded up. He just gets the meat of them in the flames. TRK burns. Missed him, gets the last laugh, the revenge there. And now 20 HP Mobs has to try and win this himself. It's a bit too much of an ask. He's going to give it a try. He's going to give it a check. No smoke for the cross. Desperation here. A flashbang and a peek. It's about the best he can hope for. And he's gone.
Just the timing shot from Bowden. He was fully blinded. The flash was good, but He knew exactly when he needed to fire that off to potentially get the player crossing over, especially with time being limited. And ATK, again, take the lead. They would have loved that, like you said, 1 round to go, but at least they're going to kick off this second overtime on the right foot. Here we go. Round 2 of Double OT incoming. And TeamOne, what will they try now? What are they going to mix? Oh, that's not a good mix-up. You don't want to backstab your teammate. TRK down to 78 HP. Shouldn't be too big of a deal, but that is an insta-headshot with the M4 as opposed to before with the full HP. It wouldn't have been. Maluk gets the opening frag. Perhaps all will be forgiven here.
Yeah.
Fady picks up the op.
Just click heads. Then you don't have to worry about it. The damage doesn't matter. Oh, this molly could actually be really impactful. Pace of burning, pace of burning. He's gotten caught in a few of these. And it does isolate out mobs. It's not the smoke molly play. It's just a straight molly this time. And it seems like this is going to be a hit towards B. They have another one available? They don't. They've switched up the site players as well. DJ in position now. It's usually been Swisher here, so this is a change up. Different look. Here comes the exactor coming right in, funneling through. DJ deleted. A player in the back side. Missed him. Gonna get one. Add some element of interest the second as well. The bomb's not planted. Maluk stuck, trying to be scoped up in. They catch Swisher on the rotation, but they still have to deal with miss him towards the back of sight. And that's where Pace is gonna need to get activated. They thought the rotation was coming through. It's not a rotation. So Fady's a little bit hedged on this particular bet, but missed him. Still continuing to be a monster. Missed him. Incredible here. Fady smoked out. The bomb now being planted towards the back of Fountain. But this smoke's going to fade. And Maluk doesn't have this bomb down. He's got the shot, though. That's all you need. Who needs to punch in the numbers when you're shooting like this? 33rd kill from Maluk. Still leads the server.
Maluk has really been lights out here. You talked about it earlier, but he's started to exert his influence in overtime. 33rd kill, like you said. Unreal work. And in that situation, to hold the angle that long and keep the bomb on your back, it just shows that he was ready at least for the player to come through, wanted to get one shot or one crack at a player as the smoke faded, and he got more than that. He got the frag. The round was done. Nade's going to be tossed on forward here over at Banana. Tied up again, 19-19. Neither team giving an inch, and Bowden is going to get the op frag on Titan King, try to slip into window room.
There's the inch. Let's see if they can take it a mile. Sure. 1, 2. Looking for the third. Why not? Gets himself the upgrade here towards the AK. Although, actually, you'll note, Swisher is one of the rare players who actually favors the A4 over the AK. Over of that gun. But it's a massive lead in this round. Not a bullet of damage going back the other way. Missed him. Tagged down to 99. That's it. Ah, Swisher about to be looking a lot worse for the wear. He knows he was giving up. Gets a little something on TRK at the very least, but it is gonna maybe ask some questions into this round. TeamOne certainly hopes so. With only 45 seconds, I better ask them quickly. Fady spotting no one in towards mid. Eventually, this is going to send Bowden Master rotating, and if he does it in time, he's got a Molotov. I don't think he'll make it in time, though. Smoke's going to go down. The play. Flashbang for a check. Flanks developing here. Missed him, just needs to stay alive, and he knows it. Flashbang so good, so deadly. Missed him doesn't need the rotation. He's got it all himself.
Mistim's hitting another stride here in overtime, especially in the second one. Had that 3K in the previous round, even though it was a losing effort. There, shutting things down with 2 more. I admire the effort by TeamOne in the waning moments, just trying to use whatever utility they had left to them to take the site. But TeamOne, or excuse me, TeamOne, ATK were just in too good of a position with too many bodies up. So ATK, another advantage heading into the second half of this OT. Just the pendulum keeps swinging back and forth.
Yeah, it does certainly just feel that way. But since overtime has come in, I mean, ATK's been in the lead. It's become a different story, right? Instead of TeamOne being the one holding ATK at bay, now they're the ones playing catch-up.
Right.
In every half so far. So the story is the same now for TeamOne. They need 2 to tie. Give themselves a chance at further OT. They need to win everything. Actually take it over the line. Meanwhile, for ATK, just 2. 22 is our magic number. Reach 22 and we're done. A little bit of time being taken here. Quick run to the potty.
Perhaps.
You know, Mobs. Needs to let the cat out.
This is officially the longest OT of these playoffs, Mike.
Have we only had single OT so far?
That's correct. Yep.
Due for a good 7 OTer. I know production really loves those.
Why 7? Why stop there? Go to 10.
Yeah, why not? Just keep it rolling. Set some records.
20. Yeah.
More. Still just map 1. Why not?
I mean, when did we actually get to technically map 2 and OTs? 6 OTs?
Actually, wow, this has already been an hour and 40-minute game? Really?
Yeah. Been quite a bit. Well,
That's,
I mean,
it goes back to those early ecos where they're just spending the maximum amount of time on it. This has been a slow map.
Methodical play, regardless of what they had in their hands. On both sides.
On both sides. Maluk, methodically try and kill everybody here. Been pretty methodical about that, but not this time. DJ's got the better of him. That's been a rarity. Maluk's usually punished them for this brackets control, and now they've got a prime opportunity. We might be getting some aggression bottom banana. Mistens here with the bomb, which could be a sticky issue.
Oh, Swisher's waiting for the rotations.
He's like, I know what I do. This exact play, and now we've killed both. Now we've got a free B bomb site. This is disastrous. They're in a really tough spot. Let's look it over. It's just on the TRK, 1v5. The ace clutch required of him as that bomb's being planted so very far away. And he's done. Not a kill found. Another map point now found for ATK. They just need 1 more.
Yeah, Bowden's not going to miss that shot. And the great news for ATK there is that was one of the most convincing round victories from either side in overtime. All 5 players left standing for ATK. They picked apart TeamOne, read their every move. So it'll be at least 2 more chances for ATK to close this one out. Can they do it is another question. But taking down Maluk right off the docket helps a lot because he has been the most lethal player for this squad. Yeah.
So deadly here. There's going to be the peak round. Bowden gets the opener. Malbs didn't realize he was on the edge of the log piles there. So now pressure on once again. Opening pick for ATK. Just 4 more to find. And we're headed to D2.
Where do ATK want to send this at the end of the day? B site's been reinforced. So that might mean an A take could be the better decision. Because you have a couple of players kind of stacked up on the porch here. One on the rooftop, one on the porch itself. TRK doesn't get anything. He goes down. Maluk gets the 2K though. And he's made it a 3v3.
No, transitioning, trying to get away. Knew he was a dead man if he stuck around. And now he's been caught. At least some damage from Maluk. But this bomb is almost certainly going down. Bowden's going to plant it deep. Plant it safe. And this rotation. Swisher catches it. Pace out. It's all onto IDK now. Captain, the in-game leader, needs to find all 3, and he gets nothing. He gets nothing. ATK win. They steal TeamOne's map pick. It takes them so very many rounds. It takes them almost 2 hours, but they've done it. They've moved up 1-0 in this series, and now they are beautifully poised to close on Dust 2 here, John.
Yeah, I mean, I was saying it throughout that entirety of the second half. It just felt like ATK were on the rise. They're like, we're coming. We're going to get you. We're going to get you eventually. And then TeamOne gets that map point. You say, oh, maybe ATK will be stopped. No, they continue.